Yo, so we're back with another one. I want to be able to tell you today specifically, we're talking about why the Canon R8 is better than the R6 Mark II and the R5 and maybe even the R3. Let's get into it. So, yes, the title is very controversial. Sure, no problem. But specifically, we want to talk about the R8. Now, I have a 50mm lens on here, but the reason why I specifically chose this topic is because I wanted to talk about something that is obviously not always spoke about, but it is very important for anybody that's an enthusiast, that's trying to get started, that's interested in just beginning somewhere. So let me tell you, when it comes to general photography, I would consider the R8 an entry-level camera. I would consider this a camera that someone can buy that's just wanting to get started in photography, that doesn't really know where they want to go. I would definitely consider this an entry-level camera. It's not a point and shoot camera. There are interchangeable lenses on it, but it's entry level. Let me tell you why I say that. The reason why is because it doesn't have any features. It has a lot of robust features, but it has just enough features to upgrade you and get you started, but not take you overboard to where you don't necessarily know what you're doing or you're getting in over your head. So the reason why I say that this is a better than the R6 and the R3 specifically is because of the size of the body. The size of the body is the best that you could ever hope for. Sorry about that flash. It's the best thing that you could ever do. And the reason why, simply because you can put it inside of your bag, you can take it anywhere you want to. It doesn't have a really large footprint either. Now, compare this camera to this camera. This isn't Canon R3. This is the flagship camera. It's Canon's end all be all. It's Canon's top of the line camera. And look at the size difference. The size alone. Come on, are we serious right now? Look at the size difference of these two cameras. The R8 is half the size of your R3. Now, they're definitely used for different things, even though you can use them for the same thing, arguably. However, we're not talking about specs today. We're simply talking about convenience of use. The convenience to walk around with this in a city and take great photos, street photography, portrait photography, take it around and just carry it. You can put it on a gimbal. Just the ease of use of this is a lot easier than using this. Even if we look on the back of this camera, right? Like, there isn't a lot of buttons in comparison to that. Like, the difference in these two cameras are few and far in between. But that's the way they're designed. This is the flagship camera. This is the highest level that you can go outside of what they're coming out with, which is the R1. And this is just what I would consider entry-level camera outside of the point and shoot where you don't have interchangeable lenses. But whenever you're dealing with the R6 Mark II, the R6 Mark II is slightly taller and is slightly wider and thicker than the R8, but even that, you're going to have trouble fitting it into your bag. You're going to have trouble walking around with it because it is a bigger body. Now, here's the thing about all of this though. Walking around with this camera is less intimidating as well. not only is it less intimidating, people see you with the large camera like this R8 and they're thinking, whoa, that's a huge camera. What is he taking a photo of? Oh, I don't want to be in the photo. It's really hard to be discreet with this R3. It's extremely hard, and it's extremely intimidating when people see it. But this R8 isn't as intimidating. It has a very small footprint. You can put a small lens on here like your 50 millimeter right here, 16 millimeter, 24 millimeter. You can put any prime on here that's what I would consider a, not a pancake lens, right here. And it takes up very, very little room in your bag. You can put it on a sling. They're going to simply look at you as a tourist and not even realize that you're actually a professional photographer. Or they're going to look at you and say, oh yeah, that's a great looking camera. They're not even going to pay attention to it. You're not even going to draw the attention. If you were to go in a place where you would be worried about taking professional gear such as the R3 or your R5 or R6, you don't have to do that because you have your R8, which is just as good, if not better, because the R8 has the exact same internals as the R6 Mark II. The exact same internals. So you're not really missing out on anything. This camera is about $1,300 to $1,500 and the R6 Mark II is $2,500. So the R8, when it comes to street photography, convenience of use, how much space it takes up inside of your bag, it's not as intimidating. All of these things are great reasons as to why I would recommend anybody get an R8 over an R6 Mark II, an R5, or even an R3. Now, if you are someone who wants to explore this arena of photography and you want to get serious about it and you want to go far and beyond like me and a lot of my other peers, you might want to step it up a little bit. However, if you're a professional and you're looking for something, or an amateur and you're looking for something that's small, that's easy to use, this takes 4K video. It does the 30 frames per second. It records. It has the most up-to-date technology. You're not missing out on anything by getting a camera that has a smaller footprint. You don't have to spend a lot of money in it, and it's really just ultimately worth it. This is an everyday camera for me, for example. I use it every single day. I love my R3, don't get me wrong, but my R3 is used for special case uses. My R8 is used every single day. It fits really nicely in my bag. There's nothing wrong with this camera. My recommendation, get an R8 over an R6 Mark II. Save you some money. Take the other $1,000 that you would use in buying an R6 Mark II, take the rest of that money and purchase an extra lens or two. They have some great lenses out there. Get you a 50, get you a 24, get you the 16. That'll cover all of your bases. Even get you an 85. It doesn't have to be a L series lens or with the luxury series with the red string or the red indicator wrapped around the lens. But use the extra money to buy memory cards. You need reliable memory cards. The money can go somewhere else. Get you an R8 because it is better than the R3, the R5, and the R6 Mark II. It's actually the exact same as the R6 Mark II. But that's another one. This is a quick one. Hope you enjoyed it. Use what you had to create what you want. Like, follow, and subscribe. And by the way, tell me what you use for your everyday camera. Like, this is my everyday camera. Tell me what you guys use. I want to hear from you. I want to know. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. We out. Peace.